Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Yeah. Sorry, the whole daylight savings time has just got me goobered up. And well, I tell you what, well, most of us, I think here are of about the same age, where we all grew up on network TV and things like that. Here in Indiana, I grew up in an area where we did not observe daylight savings time. We stayed on standard time year round. I think there's still a couple states that do that. Hawaii and Arizona stay on standard time. Territories like Guam, I believe, also stay on standard time. There's no need to shift back and forth. But this I hate this. I absolutely hate it. So I grew up not having to worry about it. One of the nice things about daylight savings time and going back to that age that I was talking about was, you know, we grew up on network TV, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox later on, UPN, things like that. But everything revolved around that schedule. That it's your primetime shows every night started at 8 o'clock. They went to 11, so usually 3 hours of network programming every night. Um, you looked for your news, and I was thinking about this morning. It's like we used to look even as kids, like to watch the news, right? Because we weren't on this 24-hour news cycle. We didn't have news shoved down our throats 24/7. You know, in Indianapolis growing up, we had two newspapers, one that came out in the morning, one that came out in the afternoon. Um, and then we got our local news, and that was it. So if you're going to get any kind of like in the moment type news, it was either enough that they interrupted it on TV or you had to tune into your local radio station to get that kind of information. Uh, so that was kind of cool, right? We in the summertime we our what would normally start at 8 o'clock would start at 7, and the news would be on at 10 p.m. and that was pretty cool. Usually because you honestly planned your days around that network programming. You had the sitcoms and the hour-long shows and things like that you would watch. But those were always in the summertime, right? Or I'm sorry, in the wintertime. Um, so by summer, it was reruns, and that's a whole different thing. This is things like my kids will never understand the concept of having to watch TV shows over a period of time, and if you missed a single episode, it could blow a whole lot out, and VCRs and DVRs and all those things weren't necessarily commonplace like they are today. And now, kids just they drop a season, and even some of these things, what was Stranger Things, I think was one of the latter ones, Landman. They were dropping an episode per week, although it's a much more condensed season. Um, my son's just running around, well, my wife too, upset that they had to wait a week to get an episode. So um and that's it's kind of where I'm at today. So I never had to deal with daylight savings time from a perspective of having to move my clock forward and back, actually, until I was in the Navy. And so I go to boot camp after I graduate from high school. So throughout that summer, and I went up at Great Lakes, which is just north of Chicago in Illinois, and they are on Central Time. It wasn't until I got into my electronics school, and I was there. So I was in school for over a year at Great Lakes. Um, they had to stand watch, and for what that was, and it was more just standing at the front door checking people in and out to make sure they weren't supposed to be in our berthing uh, barracks. the building that we stayed in. So that was pretty much it. But you would do it on 4-hour watches, and I think I got stuck a couple times having to add an extra hour to my watch because of the turnover. Whatever it's worth. In the nighttime, because we were in school, they usually would be midnight to 4 would be that normal watch, and because we were in school, they would do midnight to 2 and 2 to 4. Still got disrupted nonetheless when you're in school. But somebody had to do it. Apparently somebody's amp is in their boxers. I'm not sure what that is. So yeah, we didn't have to deal with it until then. Obviously, I get in the Navy and out to sea, and when we're doing ships operations, everything falls on Zulu time anyway. So this concept of, like, for us in amateur radio, everything being on GMT, that is just ingrained in my head. It's one of those things. Military time and Zulu time, or 24-hour time and Zulu time, are just ingrained. As a matter of fact, I use that, and it frustrates my coworkers, because I insist that everything being Zulu time that I have to interface with, these guys will still do the local time, but as I explained to them, we deal with entities all over the world. We deal with tech support. Call up and you get somebody in a different time zone, but nonetheless, if you have to sync logs for tracking events throughout, trying to troubleshoot an issue, it just sure makes it easier when everything is in the same time. But I digress. So yeah, we're having this morning, the daylight savings time happened last night. 2 a.m. became 3 a.m. So we actually lost an hour. So really, this is 8 a.m. right now, at least as far as my body is concerned. It's 8 a.m. So I got up an hour earlier than what I normally would, and I'll work my way through that over the next week or so. But I sure wish that that was no longer a thing. I know there's always talk, and you saw it pop up over the last couple of weeks, talking about legislation. I know Indiana has bounced back around. We're on the far western side of the Eastern time zone, and some question if that should stop at Ohio and we should be in Central. I know Indiana was on Central time for some period in our history, and I think we made it our official time zone, and I'm going to say in the 50s. And eventually more and more places petitioned to move us back to Eastern, and eventually, after enough of the state had done it, whether it was by county or by geographical area, we shifted to Eastern time. And we do still have a few areas in Indiana that stay on Central time. The real kind of guidance to that is if you're part of a major market that observes a different time zone, then you can shift to Central time as an area. So, for example, up there where the Hammond Bears are going to be playing in Northwest Indiana, the region, as people up there refer to it as, that is a suburb of Chicago. So they follow Central time. Down in Evansville, Indiana, which is down in the very southern corner of the state, they're surrounded by Kentucky and Illinois, where the three states come together. They observe Central time. Also down in and around Louisville, Kentucky, the Indiana side observes Central Time too. So we do have it here, but man, it's a headache. So um, let's zip through here. Jimmy's checking in this morning. Good morning, Jimmy. Got K Jules checking in this morning with her bedazzled Bofeng Mini. If you guys haven't seen that, she's bringing some glam back to amateur radio. So good for her. Can't be all stuffy old men. Need to have a little fun out there. Dave, Great American Eagle, checking in from Missouri there. They've had some storms come through, so hopefully, Dave, everything is good. I did hear you last night on the after chat with Josh, and I know it's a great topic last night that came up was the DX10 and the 710 from Yaesu, which is better. I mean, obviously one is a more kind of a kid brother to the 101. And the other one's a little bit more probably along the same lines of the 991, just an updated version as far as the technology is concerned. And so there was some back and forth last night. Big bang for the buck, I think, is where a lot of it is. And I know there's a lot of subjective opinions. There we go. Subjective opinions on which is better, which is worse. A lot of it depends. I think, without naming any names, but Frank said that he prefers the 710 because it sounded better to him in the side-by-side comparison that he was involved in. But then, some people questioned whether or not the settings were the same and things like that. So always checking in. Adirondack DFL's checking in this morning. No radio, he says, only he's at work. Every time I see that Adirondack, I thought, man, for some reason I thought it was Steve some AFL from Adirondack. His last name is Andrew Jack, and just looking at it briefly, glancing, and I know how YouTube has changed how they displayed names. I thought it was him at first, just at a quick glance. Joe checking in this morning. Good morning, Joe from Georgia. Elodie checking in from the other side of the pond this morning. Good morning. Whiskey 9, Foxtrot Hotel Charlie. Steve checking in this morning. Grew up in Indiana. Dad worked in Illinois. Our clocks always messed us up. Yeah, I have a family member, kind of a similar situation where they worked in Indiana but lived just on the other side of the border in Illinois, just outside of Vincennes. And even though they lived in Illinois and Illinois was on Central Time, they just observed Eastern Time just to keep that straight. But I'm sure that's along the borders there in the Chicagoland observe it, but they were in the Vincennes area, so where I could see that being same thing with Terre Haute. That's another big community along the Indiana-Illinois border where that could be problematic. Joe says he's at the Birmingham Ham Fest. He won 200 feet of LMR 400 coax. Awesome. Hopefully you'll get an opportunity to put that to good use. And looks like the other half of POTA Power, Vaughn, is checking in. Who else we got here? Got Robert checking in. He says he's in the Eastern Time Zone today with 2 hours off of our schedule. So he's in Atlanta today. So Robert is in Alabama. So I think Alabama's on Central Time. Our friend Nightbot checking in, making sure to slap the like button like it owes you money. Smack that thing. George checking in this morning from beautiful Virginia. I tell you, I made this stop there, and I used to be stationed in Virginia when I was in the military. And although my time in Virginia was very limited in the sense that I basically drove down, went to school for 6-7 months, and then took a duty station in San Diego, California. So uh, my time there was limited, and not that I had options. Guys got to have some options, but I had some options. So when I graduated school, they gave us a list of uh, duty stations, put them up on the board, and essentially went down the line in the class of based on your ranking based on your GPA for the class. And I think maybe second or third. It was tough. By this time, you're in with a group of guys that were dedicated to do the best, right? Because it was our career, and so it was a tough thing. But we're talking tenths of a percent that we're dividing people. But California came up for me. The common ones: Norfolk, Norfolk, um, Naval Station, San Diego. Japan was another one, and I think that was about it. I was on surface ships, so combatant surface ships. So with that, there was only a few areas that were available where we hosted or berthed ships for what we did. David checking in this morning. Good morning, David. So yeah, we all righty. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, so contest this weekend. And if anybody's done any of the contest, it was the ARRL's let's see, DX sideband competition, and it started at thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Started at midnight Zulu, Friday going into Saturday, and it will run until 24 or 23:59 Zulu tonight. So Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Which I do have to say, the one upside for the time change that I really do like, I still have young kids at home, so my youngest is in elementary school. I like to go out and POTA, and a lot of times, by the time you get home, dinner, family time, homework, things like that, having the cutoff at 7 p.m. for me for the new day, late shift was a little early. By the time you get in the late shift here, 20 meters is pretty much dead at 7 p.m. Eastern. And so you were just limited to 40, and then you cut your range down considerably. So I like the rollover, because then what I can do is I can get out at 7 p.m., which is really 6 p.m. You know what I'm talking about. And then give me a little bit of extra time on like 20 to reach out a little bit further, get a little bit wider net of people, and then switch over to 40 meters a little before the rollover of the day, and be ready to hit the late shift really hard. And that was that's usually a quick boom, 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 and it died down by 8:15, whatever. Joe, that's interesting. They really don't. But it's kind of weird. My 13-year-old, which, by the way, I got some smack talking to do about him. He's kind of showing some interest in certain things, but and the same thing with my older son. He grew up with the 2-meter repeater. He knew all the people on the repeater, but he never really had an interest to do it. I think a lot of times, it's parents aren't cool. They just aren't, and that's just. My oldest is kind of said, "Hey, you know what? I'm kind of getting interested in maybe doing something like that." I did talk to him and ask him if I would buy him a small radio. I'd buy him an HT, and he's also expressed some interest in learning Morse code as a hobby, right? Not, and I'll support that. So I told him I would cover his cost if he wanted to get licensed and get him started with some basic stuff, and maybe something like a Long Island CW or whatever. If he wanted to do that, I would cover that for him, and we'll see how it goes. My middle son, he was walking by one day. I was listening to Morse code, and he was walking by, and he kind of he stopped, and he came back, and he kind of gave me that look, and seemed interested for about a half a second. But as soon as I told him there would be some work involved, he kind of moved on. But I like this. This is definitely something that you guys could learn. You guys mean him and his friends, if he wanted to learn how to covertly communicate in the classroom where teachers wouldn't understand what they were saying. I try to present it in that way, right? Just a kind of an interest, let's do it. But once again, I think that boiled back down to it's not instant gratification. So they moved on, and that's a generational thing. They'll get it. But speaking of that instant gratification thing, my son, that little turkey, he's all like, Dad, like, chat, man, you're not gonna be able to make 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I am at a little over 4,700 subscribers. So I'm going to show him. I need to get a little under 300 this month, and I think we can do it. And so I would ask if you don't already subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do. And it helps out. But not only that, it helps me with fighting with my son to show him that just because we're old, we can't do things. But up there somewhere is the QR code that actually takes you to my website, where you can get linked to my YouTube channel, other places of social media, Facebook, X, whichever you're doing. And actually today we are live streaming not only on YouTube but also on Facebook, Twitch, X, and Rumble. So there's probably people coming in from all over that are watching this, other than just on YouTube. But right now I'm focused on just growing the YouTube channel. It's been a fun ride, and it is a way that allows me to express myself and also teach along the way. So that is up there. Also, I do want to thank channel members who help offset the cost. Live streaming is probably the most expensive aspect of doing this. But as far as I know, there's been there's been some conversation, and I'm not upset at Stewart, Victor. I think Victor Echo 6, Charlie Foxtrot. I think that's his call sign. Up in Canada, he's got a great channel. He asks a lot of questions. He's a thought leader, I guess, in the realm of amateur radio. And he asked a question, but I was kind of surprised at some of the response from the comments and everything like that. And so I'll probably make a video and not upset at, like I said, not upset at Stuart. He just asking some questions. But it's definitely this is one of those things that I enjoy talking. I enjoy teaching. I don't ask that anybody do anything, but there are memberships. If you want to help support, I appreciate that. I'm not asking for super chats or anything like that. Just if the content can be monetized and it defrays the cost, because I do buy a lot of equipment. I don't ask for much from vendors. You do occasionally get some that will offer to send you things, and I don't know of any YouTuber that's getting rich in the ham radio community doing this. There's usually quite a bit more cost in that realm of doing that, and so defraying cost is not unreasonable. The other thing is, and like I have an LLC, and I think most of us do. That's the other side of this is the way the government pigeonholes us into doing these things. So enough said on that. All right, guys, let's get on the air. Let's do some radio. So the contest is going on, and I think get the. So I'm gonna start on 40, and oh. All righty.
The tide was going up.
All right, let's get a log ready here. I need a bigger sunshade. Let's turn that noise down for just a second. Looks like somebody is on 289. Oh. Let's go the other way. Is the frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is the frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
November 4, Oscar Sierra Yankee.
The Oscar Golf Whiskey Station.
Whiskey 4, Oscar Golf Whiskey, W4OGW. Good morning, Tim. I have you 557 into my 3 parks here in Virginia.
All right, Whiskey 4, Oscar Golf Whiskey. I copied the 5-7 into the 3 parks. I'm ready to copy the parks.
Roger, copy. US 12903, that's 1293. Please copy US 4567, 4567. And please copy US 99035, 9935 here in Philadelphia.
Roger, I copied the 5-7 into Uncle Sam 1293, Uncle Sam 4567, and Uncle Sam 9935. Got a little bit of QRM right now. You faded a little bit. I'm going to give you a 5-5-55 into my park US 4215. QSL. All right, my friend. Thank you for the contact today. Have a great activation in 73.
Going to be my 40th here at the Caledon State Park today, so it's going to be a great one, man. Thanks for picking me up in 73.
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ.
Kilo, November 4, Oscar, 3, Victor Echo 3.
All right, Victor Echo 3 station, 1 second. The November 4 station.
Kilo, November 4, Oscar, Sierra, Yankee.
Kilo, November 4, Oscar, Sierra, Yankee. Good morning, 5-5.
Good morning. Kilo, November 4, Oscar, Sierra, Yankee. I didn't hear you say Yankees again, but you're about a 5-5, North Carolina.
All right, Wayne. I got a Kilo November 4 Oscar Sierra Yankee. Copied the 5-5 in North Carolina, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
73.
All right, thank you. Victor Echo Station.
Victor Echo 3, Papa Yankee Juliet.
Victor Echo 3, Papa Yankee Juliet. Good morning, 5-7.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. 5-7 also in Toronto.
All right, thank you for Toronto this morning. Have a great day today in 73.
Kilo Golf Quebec. Echo 6,
Kilo Echo 6, Great American Eagle. Dave, 5-7.
Yeah, it's kind of weak this morning. I've got you about a 5-4 down here in my cockpit.
I'll take 5-4, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
Kilo 8, Whiskey Alpha Golf. Kilo 8, Golf Quebec.
Kilo 8, Whiskey Alpha Golf. Jennifer, good morning, 5-9 plus.
Good morning. You're also 5-9 Ohio. Thank you.
All right, thank you for Ohio. Have a great day today in 73.
You too, 73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
Kilo 8, Golf Quebec.
The Kilo Oscar 4 station.
Kilo Oscar 4, Uniform Sierra.
Kilo Oscar 4, Uniform Sierra, 5-9.
QSL, sir, you're 5-9, Georgia, Golf Alpha.
All right, thank you for Georgia. Have a great day today in 73.
7-3.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
Kilo Alpha Bravo 8, Lima. Kilo 0, Charlie Delta.
Alpha Bravo 8, Lima, 5-9.
Yeah, you're 5-9, Michigan, 73.
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
Kilo 8, Golf Quebec. Kilo 8, Charlie India Romeo.
Kilo 8, Golf Quebec. Terry, good morning, 5-9.
I was about to give up, 5-9, West Virginia.
All right, thank you for West Virginia. Have a great day today in 73.
7-3.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
Kilo 0, Sierra Delta.
Kilo 0, Sierra Delta. Tim, good morning, 5-9.
No, Roger. Yeah, you're 5-5 South Dakota.
All right, thank you for 5-5 into South Dakota, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
November 4, Tango Papa Delta.
November 4, Tango Papa Delta. Good morning.
Good morning. I've got you about a 4-2 here in November, Charlie.
All right, November 4, Tango Papa Delta. You are a 5-5-55 into the park this morning.
Roger. Enjoy your time. 73.
All right, 73, my friend. Have a great day today. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
November 3, Romeo, Charlie, India, Romeo.
The November 3 station.
November 3, Romeo, Charlie, Whiskey.
November 3, Romeo, Charlie, Whiskey. Richard, good morning, 5-2.
Yeah, thank you. Happy 5-7 into Maryland. Thanks for the park today. Have a great day. 73.
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie. Kilo 8, Charlie, India, Romeo.
Kilo, was it Kilo Romeo 4 Charlie Zulu?
Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie, Zulu, Mike.
Kilo Romeo 4 Charlie Zulu Mike. Robert, good morning, 5-8.
QSL, got you. I was 5-8 into Alabama this morning. Thanks for picking me up.
All right, thank you for the 5-8 into Alabama, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
Kilo 8, Charlie, India, Romeo.
Kilo 8 Charlie India Romeo. John, good morning, 5-9.
QSL got you 5-9 as well here, Mike, India, Michigan.
All right, thank you for Michigan, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
7-3.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
2-4, Yankee, November.
The Yankee November station. Was there a Yankee November station? All right, nothing heard. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ. Kilo November 8 Papa Yankee. Good morning, 5-1. I copied the 5-7, my friend. Thank you for the contact, Pete. Have a great day today in 73. All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ. CQ POTA. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo Quebec 4, Yankee, November.
Kilo Quebec 4, Yankee, November. Joe, good morning, 5-1.
I got you to 5-3 if you can hear me. I got you to 5-3 there, Tim.
I copied the 5-3, my friend. Thank you for the contact today. Have a great day in 73.
73, sir.
All righty. Thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie, Foxtrot.
Was that Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie, Delta? Was the call Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie, Delta?
It was Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie, Foxtrot.
All right, Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie, Fox. Julio, good morning. You're about a 5-2-52.
Sure, sir. I'll give you a 5-3 here, and my part number is 3728. 3728, sir.
I copied the 5-3 from Uncle Sam 3728, my friend. Have a great activation today in 73.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
Yeah, your part number is 4215, TSL.
Correct, 4215.
All right, thank you. Take care.
All right, thank you. Have a great activation, 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ. Kilo 3, Sierra Tango Lima. Good morning, John. 5252.
Sure, so you're coming about a 4444 into Pittsburgh today. Contact my friend, POTA on.
All right, POTA on, my friend. Thank you for Pennsylvania. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. I got a very faint Kilo November 4. The Kilo November 4 station, you're right in my noise floor. Can you try it one more time for me, please?
Good morning, 10. Kilo November 4, Quebec, Echo Delta, QED.
All right, Kilo November 4, Quebec, Echo Delta. Jimmy, got you in there, buddy. It's a little low, about a 4.5, 45.
And I'm getting you about a 4.6 here in Southern Alabama.
I'll take the 4.6 into Alabama, my friend. Thank you for the contact this morning and hanging out there or hanging in there with me. Have a great day today in 73.
10-3, brother.
All righty, thank you. I think I'm going to.
Kilo Alpha 4, Kilo Oscar Echo.
Kilo Alpha 4, Kilo Oscar Echo. Philip, good morning. You are about a 5.2, 52.
Good morning. You're 5-7 in Georgia.
All right, thank you for the 5.7 into Georgia, my friend. It was great finally getting a chance to meet you face to face down in Orlando.
Go on.
All right, sounds good, my friend. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot going QSY, clearing frequency. All right. Cooley said he forgot all about the time change. It's okay. I don't blame you, buddy. I do not blame you. All right. Let's. Question is, where should we go? Should we switch that over to? Might be better with the day stuff. That's normally obnoxious to me, but it actually sticks out a little bit better right now. Question is going to be is what band should we look at? What's 17 look like right now? That's not what I wanted. It's well, that was a noisy truck going by. All right. Let's see what we got here.
Switched on the EOT
You know what? I don't do it very often. Let's do. What's 10 look like? Yeah, maybe not. Let's. This is a nice feature that's in here in the World Radio League. If you don't know, like I don't, some of these bands I don't use very often. 17 being one of them. Obviously, you want to make sure that you are staying in the proper area, but in my case, because I have an extra, I have a wider band allocation that I can use in their allocation in the band that I can use. So generally you want to stick with extra or general, or in the case of 10 meters technician, so you can get the most amount of people that can work you. So it looks like everything from 110 to 168 is open for actually all three license classes here in the United States. So we will pick something in the upper portion there. So I cannot hear the station on 141. I'm sure this will tick somebody off. Who knows? Is the frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is the frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
4 Golf Delta Juliet.
Station ending Golf Delta Juliet.
Kilo 4 Golf Delta Juliet, 59 Florida.
Kilo 4 Golf Delta Juliet. Rizal, good morning. You are 5959 in the park.
Roger, Roger. Copy. India November. Thanks for the contact. 73.
All right, 73, my friend. Have a great day today. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
November 4 Whiskey Hotel Tango.
November 4 Whiskey Hotel Tango. Rudolph, good morning. 59.
Thanks very much. I got you at a 57 here. 57 in Foxtrot Lima.
I copied the 57 into Florida, my friend. Thank you for the contact today in 73.
73, good luck.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ.
Kilo Charlie 2, Hotel Mike Delta.
Kilo Charlie 2, Hotel Mike Delta. Jorge, good morning. 59.
Good morning, Tim. You 59, 59 Fox Lima, 73.
All right, 73, my friend. Have a great day today. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Well, it's much quieter here. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. It's dark 30 there, huh? CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. All right, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot going QRT. All righty. Well, did make a couple contacts on 17 meters, so not a bust completely. Bam was much quieter than 40 was. That was a little noisy, but did make some contacts on 40. So nonetheless, not too bad. Looks like 22 contacts altogether, but not a bad rundown. 22 Qs in 17 minutes. Roughly averaging about 75 Qs an hour. I like to personally, I enjoy obviously the fast pace of doing this. Still not a small talk kind of guy on the radio. So, I guess that's fixed. So today, just looking at the map here, and I don't know how well that's translating right now with the dark. If it'll let me change it. But so the red pins are the 40 meter contacts. So Tim all the way up here in the Dakotas. And then down here, the blue are my contacts down to the 3 on 17 meters down in Florida. So, normal map, normal distribution of contacts with with the ATOS. Hopefully, we'll start stretching out a little bit more, getting the 7300 Mark II set up on the tailgate. Weather has been kind of crazy here. We've I think it was Friday. We were almost 80 degrees here. Today we're going to be in the 50s. It's been rainy, all the rain that's been coming through again. And now it's in the 50s today, I think is going to be our high in the 50s, but later this week it'll be up. So I'll probably actually do maybe some other live streams from the park, because I really do miss just getting out on the tailgate. So single mode today was sideband, and then two DX contacts. So did make a contact with our friend up in Toronto. So good stuff. Tonight, I think. Well, obviously Ham Church is coming up here at 10 o'clock. So don't forget that. But I think Frank, Ham Wilderness Wild, whatever with Frank, Choo Choo Frank. He's got something going on at 10:30 this morning too, and then throughout the day. But tonight, I think Tank Radio will be doing his thing at 7. Ham Radio 2.0 Jason will have something at 8 o'clock, and Prep Ham Paul will be doing something, I think, around 9:30 Eastern tonight. So plenty of content. I'm sure there's other live streams that'll be going on throughout the day. So make sure you check it out. Everybody have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy day one of daylight savings time, and you'll probably see me, like I said, more out at 7 p.m. at Eastern. So 2300 Zulu till sometime 0100 Zulu. Probably daily throughout the summer. I'll be out doing activations. So give me in your Ham Alert. If you guys don't know, or if you don't use Ham Alert or aren't familiar with it, it's a great tool to have, especially if you're chasing anything, parks, counties, individuals, whatever. So make sure you do that. And everybody have a great Sunday. Enjoy it. And we will see you later. Get outdoors. Have some fun. 73.